Welcome back to Hallis Hall and Chicago Tribune's Bear Download. I'm Rich Campbell along with Dan Wiederer. And Dan, still creeping towards Monday night in this Bears-Packers game. And some good news for the defense today. Quarterback Charles Tillman practiced at full speed for the entire session. It's a big step for him considering the right knee problems that he's had the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't foresee there being any difficulty of Charles Tillman playing on Monday night at Lambeau Field. I guess the question is, will he finish? Will that knee hold up once you get into live competitive action with some hitting, all that other stuff? That's the big question for Tillman going forward, is how much will this thing flare up as they go forward. But obviously the rest and the time off is giving him time to get better.
Right, and Mark Trestman this afternoon said that Kasim Green, while he's not ready to declare him the starter, a weak side linebacker, he's starting. I mean, yeah, that's right. 2 good days of practice for Kasim Green. And talking to Kasim earlier in the week, he said that he got a lot better in the preseason, setting the edge against the run. It was a problem for him in the Carolina preseason game, and he feels like he's a lot better at it now. That's something that the Bears did not do well against the Redskins in their last game.
Well, and it's a different plan of attack with the Packers. Obviously, different things coming here. But you have 3 linebackers. James Anderson, sort of the elder statesman, all of a sudden in his 8th game as a Bear, bringing along a guy who's making his 2nd start in John Bostic, his 1st start in Kasim Green. And that's going to be very interesting to watch the dynamic of those linebackers. They've got a lot of responsibilities. Aaron Rodgers is so efficient at all times. But hey, Eddie Lacy, look at what he did in October. As the injuries added up, they added that ground game to their attack, and it's been pretty impressive. And John Bostic, a guy who has faced Eddie Lacy in college, you had a chance to talk to him today, and just said that it's not just the power and the downhill running that he has. It's the vision, it's the patience, and the different things he can do that make him very effective.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this Bears defense that's injury-ridden is just going to hold up against a Packers offense. They're going to have to force turnovers to make this a competitive game.
Without question. I mean, and you have to do it against an offense that doesn't beat itself too often. The Packers, I think, had 2 or 3 turnovers in their last loss against the Bengals in Week 3. You gotta find some opportunistic moments, and you have to get some lucky breaks at some point in the game.
Speaking of opportunistic moments, Dan and I will have our predictions for Monday night's game on Saturday, so check back in at chicagotribune.com for updates on Saturday.